Hi everyone. I get asked a lot, how do you know if this is real? And sometimes we can actually go back and research and actually confirm that it is. And the past life regression I'm going to talk to you about today was one of the very first ones that I did. This lady was a personal trainer, and when we regressed her back to a past life, she was a little boy and her name was Marcel. She was from France and she was playing soccer. And no matter where we went in this lifetime, Marcel was always playing soccer. No matter what stage or year I took him to in this lifetime, he's always playing soccer. So I moved him forward again and asked him to move to a significant time in this lifetime. And I said, "Where are you now, Marcel?" And he said, "I'm in Uruguay." And I thought, oh, great, somewhere different, not playing soccer. So I said, "What are you doing, Marcel, today? What are you doing in Uruguay?" And he said, "Playing soccer." I went, "Okay, great. And how old are you now, Marcel?" And he said, "Oh, about 24, 22, something like that, maybe 25. And what year is it?" He said, "Oh, 1930, 1931. I said, "Okay." And he said, "You should see this soccer game." I said, "Oh, really?" He said, "Yeah, our uniforms are amazing." I'm, "Okay, cool." He said, "No, you've never seen uniforms like this before. We've never ever had them like this. You should feel them, you should see them. And you should see all the people. We've never had this many people." So we progressed through that life and we did a bit of healing on a few things that she wanted to look at, which was really helpful for her. There was a relationship with her son's father that was quite significant and was impacting her. So we moved through that and worked on some healing with that for her. And that night I got a text message from her, one word, and it was, "Fuck." Not the thing that you want to hear from a client. As a practitioner, I can tell you. So I rang her and I said, "Is everything okay?" And she said to me, "You near the internet?" And I went, "Yeah." She said, "Google Marcel Pinel." So I Googled him, and in 1930, he was in the first series of the World Cup in Uruguay. France played England. They won 3-0. So he won the 3 tries, which was amazing. When we were coming back through, I said to her, "Is there anything that's happened in this lifetime that's brought through some sort of a physical ailment, or has it affected you physically in this lifetime?" And she did say, she was rubbing her leg, saying, "My striker leg." So when she came out, she was glad to know, because she's had problems with her leg forever and she's not been able to find out what was wrong with that. A couple of other things we picked up in the regression. Her daughter in that lifetime was her sister in this lifetime. Her father, who was really, really tough on her in that lifetime as Marcel, is an ex-partner in this lifetime. And it was quite an amazing regression. So she can actually Google and look and see who she is. And all the dates matched up. He died within a couple of years from when she was born. So she can actually look and see who she was. So how that's impacted her life, probably the most significant thing is how it's improved her relationship with her son. And you just can't put money on that. And the other thing too, within, it was 2 or 3 days, she rang me and just said, "I've quit my job." I'm like, "Oh, okay." So she went off and just did a little job that it was something to feed her soul and just to give her time to stand in her power again and rebuild her confidence. And so that was good. And when I called her the other day to say, "Hey, do you mind if I do a recording on your regression?" She said, "No, not at all." She actually did offer to do an interview with me, but then she just got a full-time job working in a gym, but as the manager of the gym. So I'm not saying it's the cause, but I'm certainly saying that it gave her clarity, helped her to move on, helped her to believe herself, and help her to stand in her power. So is it something we can prove? Not every time. It's something you do need to experience yourself. For my own personal experience, I've lived it. I know what it's like. It's a memory. It's not something that my mind's made up. It's the way I can tell is, and this is with my clients as well, the people who are having these memories have no prior knowledge of what it is that they're saying. None at all. This little lady didn't know when the first series of the World Cup was, let alone where it was held, or what year, or who was playing in the match, or who scored. The other thing too is the feelings, what you're actually feeling. I have people that I'm watching when I'm regressing, and one little lady a couple of days ago, she's sitting there and she was driving in a car on this windy road, and this lifetime she's got issues around, or she did have issues around, or wasn't comfortable around driving windy roads and didn't know why. So she's driving around this windy road, and next thing, all the left-hand side of her face and her body slumped. And I'm looking at her and I said, what are you experiencing? She said, oh, there's these bright lights. And then she passed. So what actually happened, she had a stroke in that lifetime, and that's driving the car, and that's how she passed. And that's why she doesn't like the windy roads now. So if I said to you, I want you to sit there and imagine what it would feel like to have a stroke. I want you to sit there and you show me with your body what a stroke feels like. Can't do it. But this lady's face just slumped to the point where I'm going, what are you experiencing? It's quite an amazing process, and it is very helpful. So if you are interested in finding out who you were in a past life, maybe you've got someone you love and adore and you want to see where you first met them, or how many lives you've had together, or maybe you've got something you're stuck on and you really can't shift it, you'd like a little bit of help, feel free to get in touch. And if you could pass this along to anyone else who you think might be interested, that would be awesome too. Aho.